Well, g'day curd nerds. G'day curd nerds. Well, 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 g'day curd nerds. Let me just stop this thing from happening. There we go. All good. Welcome back. This is Ask the Cheeseman, episode 378. Thank you so much for joining me on this fine, sunny Sunday morning. Bit brisk. But, yeah, other than that, it's all good. Now, let me thank the financial members of the show. Thank you to Persnickety for renewing your membership, and also thank you to Jan for renewing yours as well, or signing up initially, and thank you to all of the YouTube members on the screen. Let's not forget all of the patrons as well, which is the other way that you can support us financially. No new ones, but thank you so much to all of those people, all those curd nerds on the screen right there. Absolutely amazing that you continue to support my work week after week. I really do appreciate it. Anyway, having said that, moving right along, did anybody see the video that I produced this week, the Caprine Provençal, or aka marinated goat cheese? I must say, and I don't know why, it must be one of my worst performing videos out of the last 10 videos. So I don't know why. I can't even fathom it. Same format, all that sort of stuff, fantastic visuals, and a fantastic cheese to boot, and I have no idea. YouTube's just the algorithm, or what people want to see is, I don't know, YouTube Shorts, I suppose, and not long form videos. So anyway, it is what it is. If you haven't watched it yet, go and check it out. Caprine Provençal, I'll bring it up on the second monitor. Here we are on the channel page. There it is there. What a fantastic looking cheese. Let's have a quick look, shall we? Can we blow that up? Gav, do you know what you're doing? No? Wrong. It's wrong. It's all wrong. Here it is. Oh, that's the equipment. Where is it? Where's the cheese? Oh, Gav. Bloody hell. Take charge of yourself. There it is there. There it is. There's Gav standing up. He's like this little bloke here. He's pinned up with a metal rod up his back. But yeah, there's the cheese there. It's amazing. I really enjoyed making it. And Kim and I are having a great time eating it as well. So yeah, it is a fantastic cheese. Caprine Provençal. If you haven't tried it already, you should give it a go. It is absolutely amazing. So there you go. All right, moving right along. Let's get rid of that, and we're there. Let's say g'day to so many people. Remember, people's names have been changed to protect the innocent. I don't know why. All the handles are still there. I think first person to say g'day was Fiona, and then Bees and Cheese, which I think is Liz. Oh, please correct me if I'm wrong. I'm guessing here. Patricia, g'day Patricia. Dale, g'day mate. Mari and Merv, g'day to both of you. And Paul, of course. Hello Paul, lovely to see you mate. Thank you for the photos as well. David, if I haven't already said hello. And Costanzo, how are you? I got Charlie and Zoe, g'day to both of you. And Herb, fantastic. Good to see you all. Okay. I think that's everything. Is that everyone? We've got 18 people watching. If you haven't already said g'day in the chat, don't forget to say g'day. Okay, now if you have a question, please put 3 Q's in front of it. QQQ, so I can see it in the chat. Yeah, so, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so there doesn't look like there's many. We're talking about apples. Paul's got an apple orchard. It is magnificent. It's got 60 trees out the back. Different varieties. That's fantastic. Alright. Zoe says, the pepper being stuck in the cheese made me wonder, what is the pepperiest cheese? Could it be made pepperier? 120 trees, Paul. All right. So to answer Zoe's question, let me have a look. I'll tell you what, there was one pepper cheese. Let's go and have a look at the second monitor that I made a while ago. Triple pepper. Now this cheese was so hot. It was like, here it is here. Oh, that thumbnail just says it all. Oh, it's killing me. So yeah, triple pepper jack was the spiciest cheese that I've ever made, or the pepperiest cheese. Not only did it have pepper flakes in it, it had a pepper rub. What was the third pepper? Hang on, let me just have. Oh, it had chili oil. So chili olive oil, chili infused olive oil. Oh my goodness, it was so hot. It was so hot. I can't believe how hot that was. My mouth was on fire afterwards. So yeah, that was a crazy cheese. So triple pepper jack. Let me just. I'll grab the link for you. Here we go. Put it in the chat. Triple pepper jack. Go and check that video out if you haven't already seen it. It is bloody hot, is all I can say. Oh, goodness me. There you go. There's another. I hope that answers your question, Zoe. The next question is from No, Merv says he's seen the video and he's making it for gifts. Yeah, definitely. Certainly. Just make sure everybody, if you made it, and I think I said it in the video, make sure you sanitize your jars as well. That'll give it a better shelf life, even though it's going to be in the fridge. And I know you all wash your stuff meticulously, but make sure you sanitize the jars. I soaked them in Star San for over 30 minutes, so they were fine. I washed them first. One thing I did find, that because they're made, those jars that I specifically used were made of PET, do not put them on a hot cycle in the dishwasher because they melt. So yeah, by hand is the best. Wash them by hand, sanitize with Star San. Don't even get boiling water near them. It's just crazy. So that's just a tip. If you're using PET flip lid jars, other than that, they're fantastic. Just don't put them near any heat whatsoever. Paul has a question and says, is it still necessary to flip cheese after 2 or 3 years of aging? Yes, it is. So absolutely, Paul, because what happens is the fats tend to migrate to the top of the cheese if you don't turn it. So even, look, for instance, you look at, I don't know if you've looked at some YouTube videos of how they make Parmesan. They have robots that turn the cheese every single week, even when it ages out at 2 to 3 years. So they just keep the robot turns the cheese over. It stops certain substances within the cheese from settling to the bottom or rising to the top. So that's why we do it as well. Plus, it stops any moisture build up on the bottom of the cheese between that and the board or whatever you've got it sitting on, because the moisture will tend to drip out through the bottom and then it'll make your cheese all soggy. So yeah, that's the best way to do it. Dale says, my cousin has found a source of buffalo milk. What cheeses would be best made from it? Okay, so obviously buffalo mozzarella is absolutely fantastic. There's a buffalo blue cheese that is made in Italy as well, which tastes, allegedly, I've never tasted it, tastes fantastic as well. Any really high fat, rich cheeses, so yeah, absolutely perfect. I did have a conversation once with a guy in the Philippines. It was Philippines or Thailand, and he said he can get himself buffalo milk anytime he wants because they're everywhere, and there's dairies that milk them all the time. And he said to me that he makes cheddar types, any of those really. What did he make? It was a washed rind cheese, like St. Paulin or Ochre, or I think he even did Limburger or Brick, one of those washed rind cheeses. And because it was really high in fat, the cheese tasted amazing. So yeah, there you go, Dale. There's a few suggestions. But yeah, absolutely. And Domiati. Remember the Domiati, the Egyptian cheese that I made? I think I put like 60% buffalo milk in that and 40% cow's milk. And my goodness, it was amazing cheese. So yeah, it was very cool. Okay. And as Herb says, yes, indeed, the buffalo mozzarella, most amazing. Paul says, I've seen the Parmesan video. I guess I'll keep flipping. Making new cheese means you have to go to the cave anyway. Yeah, indeed. So on when I've got cheese in the cheese car, I've got a couple bits. Every Friday I tend to go to the cheese fridge and just flip. F for flipping Friday. That's how I remember. So the flipping Friday is what I call it. So that's what I do. And even more so that my new cheese fridge is going to be installed today. So I'm going to put a video. Kim's reorganised, bloody hell, it costs us a fortune, but reorganised part of the kitchen. So that and bought me a cheese fridge as a present, which is fantastic. I love it a bit. And it's just a wine fridge. It's got 2 spaces, but I'll go through the whole shebang. I'll do a video on that and how I'm going to use it and all that sort of stuff. I don't think there's going to be too many cheeses in it at the moment, unfortunately. See, I'm not making a heck of a lot, and the ones that I am making, I'm tending to make sure that they're quickly eaten, so they're quick or fresh cheeses, and you can do them on the do them in the kitchen fridge. But yeah, I'm going to have to get stuck back in. I'm starting to get a little bit better, which is good. A little bit every day, so that's good. Patricia says, I went to a Christmas sale/reception at a local furniture retailer today. Okay. And they had a finger food table which included the loveliest manchego. If only sheep's milk weren't so rare and dear. Dear as in expensive? Yeah. Yeah, look, I agree with you. Manchego, the real stuff out of Spain, the aged stuff is just magnificent. I haven't met a manchego, a manchego facsimile here in Australia that does the real one justice. So we can get imports because a lot of the manchego is made with raw sheep's milk, but they're few and far between. But I envy you, Patricia. Manchego is just amazing stuff. Paul says, I boil the equipment. The Lauder molds seem to be very solid and have no issues. Yeah, they're made of a different plastic, I believe, Paul. The little jars that I've got, they're PET, so the same as a Coke bottle. And they're recycle number 1. So they're susceptible to heat, unfortunately. But the little jars I'm using are very solid, which is why I picked them. And the older I'm getting, the clumsier I'm getting. So the last thing I want to do is pick up my jar of cheese, and if I drop it, all my cheese is going to be smashed everywhere. So I thought, well, I'll use PET, and if it does shatter, then only a little bit's going to break off. So, but that's just one of the things that goes through my mind these days. But yeah, those Lauder molds are a lot more solid. I wouldn't boil them. I still, if I was going to use a Lauder mold, I'd still use Star San to sanitize them. All right, Mari's got a question, and she says, hi Gavin, Australian tablespoons are 20 millilitres, but some of your recipes listed seems to show 15 millilitres. What is your standard measurement for a teaspoon? Yeah, unfortunately Australia is the only place that uses this magical 20 millilitre bloody teaspoon size. The rest of the world uses a teaspoon size of 15 millilitres. So instead of using the one-off weird Australian standard, I decided to use what seems to be the international standard of 15 mil. That's the standard measure. So when I sell standard measuring spoons, which we have in our store, they are 15 mil tablespoons. Teaspoons 2.5 mil. Teaspoons 5 mil, half a teaspoon 2.5, and so on and so forth. So it takes 3 teaspoons to make a tablespoon. Does that make sense? Yeah. There you go. So that's the standard I use, and I sell those as standard anyway. Paul says that Friday is his turning day as well. There you go. See, birds of a feather. All right. Limited goat milk in MA and sheep's milk is nearly impossible. Yeah, it's the same here. Well, the goat milk, not so limited anymore. Every time I go to the supermarket now, I have no issues finding the Caldermead Farm goat milk. I don't know why they're all of a sudden stocking it regularly like they should be. Maybe because I keep buying it to make cheese. When the shelves are empty, they go and restack it again, which is a good thing. So it's the only goat milk that I can get a curd to set, and it's from a local dairy here called Caldermead Farm, which is, if anybody who lives in Melbourne, it's on the South Gippsland Highway, but you don't need to go there our local supermarket Coles stocks a quarter mead farm milk. So if you can get yourself a good, reliable source of goat's milk that hasn't been ultra pasteurised, because a lot of those milks, those exotic sorts of milks, are ultra pasteurised because they want them to have a longer shelf life, and therefore they want them to be able to sell, because they may not sell as quickly. That's the same for here in Australia. Organic milk, most of the time, if you're buying it from a supermarket in a Tetra Pak and not a plastic bottle, you'll find that the organic milk is ultra pasteurised. So that's just a tip. If anybody wants to go fully organic, you'll see that for sure. Paul says, I can try Star San going forward. I use it to sanitize the cider press. Yeah, you only use a small amount, Paul. I found that since I converted over to Star San, I never have any issues with ripening boxes and cheeses getting any mould in them, which used to be one of my curses. Didn't matter how I tried to sanitize them before, even when I tried to use Idafor, which is an iodine-based sanitizer. It just didn't work. Didn't matter how much vinegar I sprayed on it. But plastic utensils, Star San is just a winner. It kills all the bad things, and keeps them. Well, it seems to keep them away as well. So, yeah, if you can pick it up, there's in brewing stores there's an equivalent. I'm not sure what the name of the active ingredient. It's some sort of acid. Let me just have a look. Can I have a look? Yeah, we can do that. Active ingredient. Ingredient in Star San. It is called phosphoric acid. Has anybody beaten me to it? No. So phosphoric acid and dodecyl-benzyl sulfonic acid. My bloody goodness. Okay, so those two active ingredients are the primary agent that disrupts cell walls, whilst the phosphoric acid lowers the solution's pH to ensure that the DBSA, that first one I said, the second one I said, remains active. There you go. So that's how it sanitizes everything. So effectively kills cell walls, bacteria, yeast, you name it, it kills it. And I always give it a rinse. I always give it a rinse in hot water, just in case. At the end, our hot water is very clean here in Australia. Well, the water is anyway, so I don't have any issues with that. But it is a no rinse sanitizer. You can let it just drain off, and it'll still be good for cheese making. Paul's very chatty today. He says our Grosum goat milk is ultra pasteurised and useless for cheese. I learned the hard way since it isn't marked. Yeah, some places they don't have to mark it. They just have to say pasteurised, whether it's ultra pasteurised or vat pasteurised or thermised. As long as it's got the word pasteurised, it's probably meets regulations for sale. David says, is there an optimum time to wrap a blue cheese? I have one currently aging for about 6 weeks. I've made Gorgonzola Dolce and had that down, but a straight up blue, I'm not sure. Okay, so normally I'll wrap it in the micro perforated silver foil, and I wrap it soon as you get a crust of blue. See, if it starts to go wrinkly or you get some funny colours other than blue, like greys and sometimes even orange, then it's definitely time to wrap it in the micro perforated blue wrap, or if you don't have that, aluminium foil. Tin foil is better because that's what they use to wrap Roquefort when they age it. So, yeah, aluminium foil tends to, would you believe, it starts to break up when it's in a high acid environment, which is why I will rewrap blue cheese. If I've only got aluminium foil, I'll rewrap it after about 4 weeks. So every 4 weeks, rewrap it. You can then inspect the cheese, and it looks pretty good. But yeah, if you leave a blue cheese in aluminium foil for over 3 months, 4 months, then yeah, it starts to degrade, and you don't want aluminium in your food, that's for sure. Anyway, so that's what I do there. I just wait until it's got a nice funky coating of blue. Not so much that the skin is slipping, David, so just keep an eye on it. But yeah, you'll know. Steve says, "Hi Gavin, thanks for the inspiration to get started. I have had success with a few of your recipes. The triple pepper snack was a hit, and I'm making my first attempt at cheddar today." Well, I hope it all goes well, Steve. We're here for the encouragements, that's for sure. So hopefully your cheese making goes well. Yeah, just make sure the best tip the best couple of tips I can give you for beginner cheesemakers is definitely sanitize everything if you can. And well, not if you can, you have to. If you don't, you're going to get all sorts of funky molds. Thank you, Paul, for those gifted memberships. Looks like people picked them up. That is amazing. All these lurkers. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. And we'll get a light flash. We should get a light flash. There we go. Good on you, Paul. You're a champion, mate. All right, moving back to Steve's question again. So, sanitize. Always sanitize. So, boil all your stainless steel utensils in the pot that you're going to make the cheese in. That's fairly self-explanatory, including the cheesecloth. Make sure that you've got either some Star San Iodophor for all your plastic utensils, and make sure that you sanitize all those as well. So, absolutely make sure you sanitize everything. And make sure that you've got your recipe in front of you when you're making the cheese. And if there's an accompanying video, like all mine are, so all my recipe books have my video, links to the videos. So go and watch them as well, so you're familiar with the process. And some people like to write them down, write the recipes down. If they don't want to use the books, then they'll write the recipes down, have it in front of them, and know exactly what to do, and have everything laid out in front of you. And you'll see a good example of that in the gallery photos in a minute. Paul has sent in some great photos of him making I think it's a double Gloucester. Could have been. We'll see in a minute. But yeah, just make sure you follow those couple of tips, have everything ready, all sanitized, and then you're ready to go. Okay, Murray says the local brewer has it here. It's called liquid sanitizer. Yeah, they'll have all different names for it. Ours has, mine is called something funky, I don't know, but as long as it's got those two ingredients in, you're good to go. And of course, Paul sent the 5 gift memberships. Thank you so much, and people picked those up. Okay, it is, well, close enough to time for the gallery, so let's do that now, shall we? Let me just pull that up. Gallery, where are you? Okay, over to the second monitor, here we are. So we've got photos sent in today by Paul and Scott, are the 2 contributors today. So first of all, we've got Paul's, and so Paul says, "Hi Gavin," and this is Paul who's in the chat here. He says, "Hi Gavin, attached to my pictures from my latest double Gloucester." Hey, I got it right. I was meaning to make St. Ivel with a small part of the milk, but I just don't have the time, so 14 litres was used and scaled up. The first picture was my sanitised equipment. Absolutely perfect, so that's all ready to rock and roll there. The next is pictures of my sous vide setup in action. on the way to 90 degrees Fahrenheit, which is, we'll set about 32, 33 Celsius. The third picture is, I added the evidence, I added as evidence that I added calcium chloride up front and not when the older video directed it. Oh, that's good. Good. The next pick is my arrangement for milk processing. I have my tools and equipment, but most importantly, I have the recipe written out along with the chart for getting from 90 degrees to 99 Fahrenheit over 45 minutes. Oh, okay. Can we look at that? How? There we go. Yeah, he's got a little chart there, and he's got the timings. That's perfect. Very nice indeed. Okay. I find this helps a great deal. Next is the ramp up to 99 Fahrenheit. And then finally, these are the... Okay, right, so they're the curds, obviously. And then there's the final cheese. The final cheese drying and waiting for vacuum packing. So he's got a few notes with some questions here, so let's read through those. A few notes about this process. I decided to try to use my pH meter. I calibrated it to a pH of 7, 4, and then 10, and it was clear. All was clear. When I checked the draining pH, it was closer to 5.02. The chart says it should be between 6 and 6.3. If this is correct, I'm way too acidic, meaning I needed less culture, if I'm thinking right. That is correct, Paul. That is the correct thinking. Therefore, I asked whether we can do a pH test of the milk we're using before we do anything. So, yeah, you can take an initial pH. So that should be between 6.8 and 6.6 initially. The milk should be. If not, then you're probably using raw milk and you've left it a little bit too long and bacteria is starting to grow and convert it to lactic acid. But yeah, normal pasteurized unhomogenized milk should have a range between 6.8 and 6.6 pH. So you can always test it up front. When you're ripening the cheese, right? So when you're doing that ripening period, you can monitor then as well. So you can, during that ripening period, make sure that it's not producing too much acid yet. And you are right, you've probably added a little bit too much culture as well, which is very hard to determine. Like if you scaled up the recipe from, I think it was a 10 litre, and you scaled it up to 14, you probably really didn't need to change the culture too much. Certainly probably only a tiny little bit. Okay, so if so, I can tailor the culture. Yeah, all right. So that's what you do. Is it possible? Variables making cheese making more challenging. Well, always if you change things. Yeah. At work, we want to make our manufacturing process boring, so it's very predictable. I'm hoping we can find a way to adjust our cultures based on the initial milk acidity. Maybe I'm way off, so asking your opinion. My final pH at milling was down to 4.65. Probably not much I can do about it at this point. I think I added a bit more salt, but might not do anything, but it might make it saltier. Yeah, it may do. As long as you got around, 2 to 2.5% salt per weight of curd, Paul, you should be good to go. We'll see how this is in 6 months. Maybe it'll be better after a year. Double Gloucester is still one of my favourite cheeses to make. Thank you for all you do for us. Regards, PG. Thank you, Paul. So some more thoughts there. I think because the milling acidity, you said it's 4.6. I think this cheese may tend to be fairly crumbly, which is okay. Double Gloucester, yeah, you can cut it and slice it, but this one may be a little bit crumbly. So it's good to know, and that you've written all this down, and you'll know that if you do get a really crumbly cheese at the end, that's all that will happen. You've probably salted it okay as well. So that's the only real weird outcome of the really low pH. So I think you'll be right, mate. You'll get a nice crumbly cheese, and that's all there is to it. Okay, so the next photos are from Scott, and Scott has a very brief, very brief note here. He says, "Hi Gavin, Valence may be an ergonomic cheese to make. I tried making it end of last week. The first picture is Tuesday afternoon going into the cheese fridge. The second picture, which is this one, and third picture is Saturday morning. So he's put the I think that's the other way around. Is that the way? Yeah. No, so that's fuzzy. Well, maybe. Oh, right. So I got them around the wrong way. Right. So that picture there is the first one. That the numbering was out, Scott. Sorry. So he's covered it in ash. It looks like he's made an ash slurry and then dipped them in there. So that works just as well. The ash is there just to lower the surface pH back to about neutral. And the Geotrichum, which we can see here, and Penicillium roqueforti, Penicillium candidum that grows on the outside and covers up the black, is doing an amazing job there. So well done. You're doing a good job there, mate. And yeah, that almost looks the same. Is it the same? Not much change in growth. Maybe the sides, I can't really tell. But yeah, it's got a good mould growth. And he finishes off saying, "With appreciation, Scott." Thank you, Scott. Really appreciate it. And you're absolutely right. Valence will be a very good ergonomic cheese. In fact, the Caprine Provençal that I made was based on a version of Valence that I had already written out and I had used once. I'd used the recipe once. I'll actually, can I show you? Let me just have a look. We'll just go back to my head for a second while I root around and find this. But yeah, thanks to everybody who sent through their photos. They're amazing as always. Thank you to Scott and Paul. Now, I'm just going to try and find... I've made Valence before, and I'm going to see if I can find the video of it. Valence. But I haven't produced... do I have pictures? Yeah, do I have pictures of the putting the black stuff on, the ash? I have a video. Yeah, this might work. Okay, right. So, sorry. So there you go. So that's just proof that I've made Valence, but it didn't work out. So what happened was I didn't allow the curds to drain long enough. So with the for instance the Caprine Provençal, because it's goat's milk, right? It's really fine stuff. I let it drain for an hour, same as I did this Valence, but the problem with this was it was too moist. Way too moist. It grew mold and all that stuff. This is just after I've ashed it, of course, right? But yeah, it was way too moist, and I needed to drain it. So I've modified that recipe already. I've just got to go and get off my bottom and make some more Valence. I've got the little baskets and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it'll be fantastic cheese. And Scott is 100% right. It'll be so simple to make. Patricia says, oh, sorry, what we need to do, sorry, I'll get to your question in a minute, Patricia, is, where did I put it? Right, how do you send photos? That's the question. I can hear it. I can hear you saying it. Right. So what you do is you go to the channel page, of course, And you go to this bit here. Do you want to become a Curd nerd? Of course you all do. So you got to click on more, right? And then down here, after all the links and stuff, view email address. So this only works on a laptop or PC or Mac. You get this view email address. Click on that. That is the email address that you send correspondence and the photos to me. So make sure that when you do send the photos, that you absolutely put a description of what they are. As my dad used to say, I'm not Mandrake the Magician. Those who know. So yeah, I need to have an explanation of what the cheeses are and what you did to them and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, absolutely perfect. Okay, so Patricia has a statement. Says, I like to write down the recipes and make tiny changes each time I make the cheese going forward, if necessary. Indeed. The most recent change was adding the calcium chloride first. Yes, indeed. And I have been thinking, actually, of rewriting every single recipe in my cheese making books to reflect that now as well. Going forward, I'm not going to retrofit every single book that I've sold, but yeah, this new information comes to light all the time, so it is what it is. So yeah, I'm thinking of changing that. It's going to take me a whole weekend to do it, I reckon. Bit of cut and paste here and there and dragging stuff around in recipes, but yeah, I think it needs to be done. So that is a very gentle reminder, and thank you, Patricia. CACL2 first in the recipe. Okay, cool, very cool. Now, one thing we don't have, why is the music not going? Is it going? It's just not very loud, is it? Let's pump it up there a little bit. There we go. That's better. Maybe the song had stopped. Oh, I'm a duffer. All right. Anyway, back to the questions. Merv says, the herbs you used in the caprine cheese, one I'd not heard of was savoury. And after researching it, was it summer savoury or winter savoury? And did you get your dried herbs from Herbie? Yes, I did get my dried herbs from Herbie. It was the only place I could find savoury. And I think it was summer savoury. It's a very nondescript sort of thing, but it has quite a unique flavour as far as herbs go. So, yeah, I think get it from Herbie. Wherever you can get your savoury, that's where you get it from. If you can't find it, sometimes it's actually in the herbs de Provence mixture. If you can get a mixture like I did as well. So, not 100% necessary if it's already in the herbs de Provence. So just check that, Merv, as well. But I got them from Herbie's, which is a nice little herb distributor here in Australia. And you can buy it all online. It's no big deal. I don't have a link or affiliate or anything like that, but you just go buy them. And they'll last for ages, which is great. Paul says, I didn't mention my rennet dye. A dye? Did? Nothing. And then added different rennet for another 45 minutes, which means 90 minutes of acidification. Did I miss that bit? Sorry, Paul. Sorry, mate. Which means 90 minutes of acidification. Could this make the... Yes, indeed. Indeed it will. So an extra 45 minutes of ripening, you'll get a pH drop of about half a pH. Remembering that the pH scale is logarithmic, not linear. So I think every step down is 10 times more acidic, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's what definitely the 90 minutes of acidification absolutely would have made it the acidity drop. And the pH lower, yeah, for sure. Sorry, mate, I didn't see that. I'm a dag. The chairman, welcome to the stream. Patricia says, great marketing idea too. Keep calm, and make cheese the new addition. You know, funny thing you should say that, Patricia. I have in my mind for about 6 months had this thought of combining both books together. Obviously, the price will be more expensive, but combining the books together, I'm going to have to check my binding facilities because that'll make the book about this thick. It's going to be massive, and change not just change the where calcium chloride gets added. Right. There's not much else that has to be changed. All the recipes are tried and true, as you all know, and they've got a video link and so on and so forth. So yeah, it would be good. I might do it over summer because we'll have a 2.5 week summer break here, and I'm always looking for stuff to do. Besides watering the veggie patch, because just about have to water it every day when it gets really hot here. So yeah, I'm always looking for something to do. So I think that's what I'm going to have to do. But whether I combine the two books may be difficult for binding purposes. For ebooks, no big deal. But for the bound ones that I make, yeah, that may be difficult. But anyway, we'll see. Patricia says savoury is almost always summer savoury in the land of my people. Winter savoury is so rare I cannot find it for recipes. I have winter savoury in my garden, tricky to use. Oh, okay. So summer savoury is the dried herb that we see. It's pretty rare here in Australia. So you won't even find savoury in the herbs and spice racks of most supermarkets either. That's why I had to go to the company called Herbies to get it. That's for you, Merv. So yeah, you won't find it in the supermarket at all. It's just not used much here in Australia. It's more of a French cuisine thing going forward. Anyway, so that's what we do. But yeah, thanks, Patricia, for that tip. Of course, and we still got 15 minutes. So if you've got a question, throw it into the chat. Even if it's that age-old goodie, yeah, that I won't mention. But yeah, yeah, pop it in the chat, and we'll get stuck into it. So, alrighty. So the next cheese I'm thinking of making is indeed the Valence. So I've got some little pyramid molds and some big pyramid molds. So I want to give those a try, and I bought a whole bunch in case people want to buy them, of course. But yeah, the Valence, very similar sort of recipe to the Caprine Provençal. It's a fresh goat's cheese, of course, that's got a little bit of mould on the outside, white mould, and ash, of course. It looks really amazing. There is a legend, apparently, that Napoleon was served these cheeses. I don't think it's true, though. Napoleon was served these cheeses, Valence, and they had the point on the top of the pyramid, right? And apparently, after he lost the Battle of Egypt, he got so angry that when he got served these little pyramid cheeses, he got his sword out and he chopped the top off. This is a myth. And that's why they now have little pyramids with the top cut off, allegedly. So there's a cheese story for you. Valence used to be pointy once, and Napoleon chopped the top off. He was angry. He was an angry man, I think. But anyway, that's what happens when you're a dictator. Very cool. Mercer, thanks, Patricia. Have ordered some seeds to grow. It'd be a good addition to my sausage. Indeed, they probably will, Merv. I didn't realise. Yeah, I probably could get some seeds and grow them. I'm a dork. I don't know why. I got a garden, for goodness sake. Why don't I grow some? David says, sounds similar to the Narina that started my cheese making experience. Indeed. I think, David, you sent me that recipe. I've still got it. and it's a very simple cheese as well. So I might even give that a go. I'm going to have to rearrange my list. I haven't gone back and looked at my... I haven't looked at my cheese workflow for so long now that I've, haven't been that mobile. I need to really get back into that. I'm not doing myself justice, or I'm not doing you justice as well. I'm going to have a look at it, rearrange it, see when I can make these cheeses. As I get better, then I'll certainly be making more difficult cheeses that I have to actually stand there and stir and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, it is what it is. Merv says he loves them stories, the cheese stories, yes. David said, yes, he did send me the recipe. I do have it. I've stored it for prosperity. Let me write it down. Just to remember these things, because I go through my show notes after every episode and have a look. We're talking about herbs again. I use winter savoury interchangeable with thyme, but in smaller quantities, as winter savoury is stronger than thyme. Okay. Thanks for that info, Patricia. Paul says, wait for April 15th to do St. Ivel cheese unless there is time this winter. Seems like a long time to do... April 15th, Titanic sinking. I'm a clown. Yes. Yeah, you could. You could indeed, Paul. Very nice. See, you're trying to trick me there. Trying to trick me. Merv says, I'll share some seedlings when they grow. Oh, mate, you're a champion. Yes. I think I've got it. Hey, your... Can I just say this? I know it's not cheese. Merv, your elephant garlic is going crazy. It's massive. Merv gave me a bulb of elephant garlic, which is more like a leek, basically. And I put it in a pot by itself, so it would, a decent sized pot, so it wouldn't be crowded out by the other garlic that I put in. And I tell you what, it's almost as big as my leeks. So it's a elephant garlic indeed. It's a big one. But thanks, Merv, for that. Paul says, looks like more people now at the start, so I think we are getting used to the new time. Yeah, indeed. So how many we got? What's it say? It says 26. 26 viewers at the moment, so I think people are getting used to the new start time. For me, the start time hadn't changed, but for anybody else who had changed time zones because of daylight savings or finishing daylight savings or what have you, the start time. So we are seeing lots of people, which is good. Patricia says, it looks like I'll be holidaying in Malta this coming May. Very nice. I'll see if there are any native Maltese cheeses besides Jabegnet and report back accordingly. That would be nice to know, because the Maltese folk around here, and that we do have a lot of Maltese immigrants that live in Melton, in our town, because they're always buying the little baskets from me, locals, and they didn't, most of the time they don't even know I'm here unless they do a Google search. And they asked me, have I made the cheese? And I said, yes, I've even soaked it in the vinegar. And they go, oh, that's fantastic. And I go, oh, it's really sharp. But it'd be great to know if there are any other local cheeses on the island, or islands. It's multiple islands. And report back. That would be great. Thank you. Enjoy your holiday too. That'll be for your birthday then, Patricia, I reckon. Seeing your birthday's the same day as mine. Paul says, you should use all the Greek cheese photos if there is a drought in the gallery photo. I will. And I've got your Greek cheese pictures stored for prosperity there, Paul. There are so many cabinets of Greek cheeses that Paul sent me photos for. It's amazing. I don't know if I can find them right now. Let me just have a look. Can I pull them up? Greek cheese photos. I put them in the Ask the Cheeseman gallery. No, I did not. I put them in the video folder. I've got all this categorized. I've got more online storage than I can know what to do with. Greek cheese shop. My goodness, there are so many photos. What time is it? We can go through a couple. Let me just pull up a few here. Let's see if it works, Paul. Oh. Yeah, all right. Here we go. Does Paul has a description? Oh no, it just says, I hope your back improves. Here's all the cheese. Okay, all right. They're from a grocery in Glyphada. Okay, right. So here we are. Let me just get rid of this thing. Second monitor. Here we go. Here's some. Now, Paul sent masses. Let's zoom right in. So this is a cheese counter, or cheesemonger in Greece that Paul sent me photos. So that's Gouda made in Greece. We've got, what the heck is this? No, Milner, I don't know. Dorollo. We've got another Gouda. We've got mozzarella slices, Apiland. Traditional Austrian farms. Okay, so it's Austrian cheese, but then it's in Greek. What's this one over here? No, I can't read that. Some sort of grated Greek cheese as well. Trimiano Trippi. Oh, there's some English there, but not much. Most of it's all Greek to me. Let's have a look. What's the next photo? My lord. Okay, so this is a... Dan Blue. There you go, look at that. We've got a Danish blue cheese. Very nice. We've got a creamy Danish blue cheese. Oh, that's more Dan Blue. We got a Roquefort. What's that? 44.99 euros a kilogram. Butterfly cheese, Papillon brand. Very nice. And then we've got Society Roquefort. That's the brand we get here in Australia as well. Absolutely, I love Roquefort. It's so good. We've also got some, whatever the heck this is. What's this one? No, I can't read it. Some sort of Greek blue cheese. G'day, Darren. Lovely to see you, mate. Tiri is cheese. Oh, okay, in Greek. Right, okay. Right. We've got some President's goat cheese. Yeah, it's got a picture of a goat, so I'm fairly sure that's what it is. So that President goat cheese, that's a just normal fresh goat cheese, very similar to the Caprine Provençal that I made without the herbs and the stuff. Castello Dan Blue, they do Dan Blue as well. Dan Blue is very popular. We've got a Brie, President Brie. That's the brand we get here in Australia as well. The proper size Brie, that's the real one. Okay, so that's, and then we've got another brand of Brie here. See how nice and thin, but how massive the wheels are. The Bries you get here in Australia, as far as I'm concerned, they're all petite Bries, right? They're not real Bries at all, so. Cayenne is blue. Oh, well, there you go. Same as the printer colour. The toner that I put into my printer. Okay, so we got some Bries. Very nice. All right, so what's the next photo? We have more cheese than we can put. Right, so can't really see that. I think. Oh, right. That's the Brie we just saw on the side. So he's moved along one. He's taken a step to the right. Okay, so we've got Emmental from Switzerland. I can see the little Swiss logo there, the flag, the cross. And doesn't that look, is that the same? Is that Emmental as well? That's Alpiland. Alpiland Emmental. Right, so different type of Emmental. But still, I didn't realise they made Emmental in blocks, rectangle blocks like that. Unless they've just cut it from the big wheels, which is probably what I'm thinking. We've got some wine, a glaze. I don't know what the glaze is. And then we've got a different type of Emmental, a different brand, and that's in a rectangle block as well. I think they make it like this. They make it like this, you reckon? I've never seen it like that. I've always seen it in wedges. Anyway, moving right along. We've got another cheese here. Oh, it's a Greek cheese. It is... nope, don't know. Paul, you're going to have to translate. Robusto means robust, maybe. It's won a World Cheese Award, which is very nice. Head cheese, Robusto. No, that's a head cheese. No, they're two different cheeses. Anyway, looks good. There's a Milner cheese, but no, it's all in Greek as well. Right, moving right along, we've got Edam up the back here from the Netherlands. In the traditional cannonball shape. Very nice indeed. We've got some more Dutch Houder, so a special reserve there. Looks like an aged one, which looks amazing. We've also got an extra, the Dutch Farmer, extra something. What's that say? Handcrafted in the green heart of Holland. Very nice indeed. What's the cheese? Looks great. Then we've got another Gouda, which I reckon this is a goat one. Yeah, there's a picture of a goat. They love putting goat pictures. Because it's a lot whiter, as you can see there. €15 a kilogram. Is that about right? Nice. And then over here, you can just see it on the side. You've got Kaminikas. Looks like it's got cumin seeds in it. I think it does. Yeah, so lovely. And then you got a black lemon. What the? Never heard of that cheese before. Black lemon Gouda. What'd they do? Put charcoal in it. The whole cheese is black. That's incredible. That is amazing. Do we have any? There's some more. Moving right along from the black Gouda. Right, so the black lemon's there. Then we got this looks remarkably like provolone. Yeah. Yeah, there's an own there, so it must be provolone. Oh, that's time. Time's up, curd nerds. And we've got another, I don't know what this is. Picture of people. Some kind of smoked cheese? Yeah, it looks like it. Anyway, we can get back to Paul's Greek cheese photos another day. At least I know where I'm up to. This looks like keflatiri. Or maybe not. It's an DOP Greek cheese. Traditional Greek cheese. Oh, this is so nice. I love a good cheese shop photo. Anyway, that's it. We'll finish there. All right. Thanks for watching, Curd Nerds, as always. Lovely. Thank you, Paul, for all the photos. Herb says he was going to get some pics of cheese at the cheese shop tomorrow for next week's stream. Hey, Herb, that'd be fantastic. Just do it. Because as cheesemakers, we only learn how to make better home cheeses by tasting commercial cheeses. So never be scared. If you're making your own cheese, always go and get some cheese that you want to make a reference of. Then, you'll have a fair idea if you're in the ballpark when you're making your own cheese, won't you? Herb, that would be fantastic. So do that. Yes, stay fresh. So yeah, and you're right, Paul. All the pictures do give us ideas, which is absolutely fantastic. And thank you so much. And that was only a sample of the cheese pictures that Paul sent. I can do some more for next week's gallery as well. And Herb, you send some in as well. That would be magnificent. And I'll get on to planning some more cheeses for cheese making videos. And if you want to send, if you have any cheese making friends, don't forget to share the videos on my channel. Especially the Caprine Provençal. Maybe it's the name that's putting people off. I don't know. People just aren't watching it. Maybe I'll just change it to marinated goat's cheese and everybody will watch it. Who knows? Anyway, I've had enough of that. I've said enough about that video. Anyway, I better go make myself some breakfast. So have a fantastic week, Curd Nerds. Don't forget that you can always pick up some cheese making supplies over at littlegreenworkshops.com.au. And if you want to buy some merch like the amazing mug that I'm using today, there we go. Talk curdy to me. Pop over to merch.cheeseman.tv. You can even pick up my amazing blue apron that I've got hanging up in the background there. But for everybody else, there's the Curd Nerd Light. Thank you so much for watching this week, and we will see you next week, same time, same bat channel. And yeah, stay cheesy until I see you next time. If you want to catch me during the week, I'll be over on the gaming channel at Curd Nerd Gaming. There's a cheesy theme to everything I do. So Curd Nerd Gaming, and you can watch me play all sorts of games, mainly space ones. There's not battles. I go look for exotic plants out in the galaxy. That seems to be the trend at the moment. Anyway, if you want to see me during the week, that's where I am, over on Curd Nerd Gaming. All right, thanks for watching, Curd Nerds, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.